button here. All right, so we're going to start off with our warm-up, which is our 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I've deemed it as a good warm-up here. So let's do this. Let's take your hands, your palms are facing down, your thumbs are actually touching each other. And so you're going to go from here to just back, right? So palms are just facing down, just getting an idea of what it feels like in this front part of you. And keep your knees soft. So that just allows the charges to go up and down freely. Look at that, inhaling as you open and exhale, and taking inventory on whatever happens in you or comes up, and respect it. One more. Good. All right, now we're going to get a reach to the right, but you're facing this way. So let your left heel come off. And even, you know, a little dance with both your feet. It doesn't have to be just one foot. What makes sense to you, right? So we get this, we develop this body sense as we do these different sort of moves. We never know what's going to come up. I sure don't. One more like that. Good. Now we're going to keep those feet flat. When you reach towards me, you're going to stick your butt out. So flat back is a strong back. I'll say that pretty much every day a few times. So think your low back is flat as you stick your butt out. That's really just a good way to think about it, that you move your butt away from the reach. Great. One more. I'm going to stay with the same theme here. So when you reach the arm over, you're going to step your left foot back, right? So there are a couple different things going on there. So if we can keep movement disparate, then your brain will get an idea of, if it sees it again, it's practiced a little bit. There's your inhale. Great. Two more here. Last one coming up. All right, so we're done with that piece right there. Shake it on out of there. All right, so we're going to repeat those three things here. So we reach to the left and raise the right heel, and maybe again, just a little dance with both your feet. Think of keeping your chest nice and open. That's it. Good, one more. All right, so we're back to center. Feet are going to stay. When you reach towards me, the camera, you're going to stick your butt out and then back, right? Oh, usually away from the body as your inhale. And exhaling, good. Just this great capacity to reach without having to reach for anything, using our body, using the gravitational pull, respecting that. All good training. One more. Okay, then our last one is across the body, the right leg steps back. So go across, and there's communication in that low back of what's going on here. They're going one way, the other way. So it's good, again, just a sighting for this movement, that there's no lean in the body. You're just reaching that arm. Good, one more. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do a split stance. The left leg is staying forward. Just have your arms ready, and you're going to kick nice and light. So a kick from your hip and from your knee looks like that. So kicking from hip and knee, and then we sneak in that balance on the left leg. And we don't want to tire the shoulders out, right? So we're not up here. We're just kind of down, mapping these coordinates. Good, one more. Let's call that the one more. And then I want you to do whatever makes sense in your feet as you swish side to side. So maybe you lift a heel up, and maybe you lift a heel up in the front too. So kind of seeing what that feels like. Good little mixer in through the middle of you. One more time each. Good. Okay, so let's switch our split stance. We're going to kick out, right? So we're going to kick out hip and knee, right? So how you're holding on to your leg, yourself. When we kick, we're not like rumbling all around, right? We have that sense of self, and new information comes up for you to pay attention to. Good. 2 more. There's one. Last one here. Okay, so we go back into the split stance. Again, whatever makes sense for you of how your feet need to be, we're getting just this little twist. Nice and easy. Spinal rinse, rib cage rinse. Good. All right, so then we have one more final minute here. We're going to take both your hands here. You're coming down and you're reaching out and you're squatting. And then to come back up, you're just retracing that, right? So it's kind of like you're pushing down the airwaves and push them out. And then back on up. So down and out. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one here. And then the last thing is make very soft fists, but super straight arms. So you're going to take one arm up and then you're switching. So if you can keep your arms straight, that means I'll say lock at your elbow. It's a different carry in your shoulder. Wow, here comes the sun. A little bit. That's it. And just feeling again that cadence. So about 10 more seconds before we go on to our first of the 12 moves that we get a little quicker in here. So 5 more seconds here. Okay, so the first move we're going to do is called climb the ladder. Imagine there's a ladder on the outside of the building like a fire escape and you got to climb it, okay? So it's very close here and you're climbing and you're using your legs and you're using your arms and you're pulling down. It's very narrow, so we don't have to have great movement. This is enough. And we're miraculously just getting up the building. We're amazing. Pulling down, that's it. You're off your heels. This is going to immediately get your heart rate up. So honor that, seeing how that works for you. But again, it's that coordination of the arms and the legs. Breathing up and down. Good. Again, trying to endure this. This is about your mind being endurable. Okay, so next movement is hand goes here. You're going to swish and back. Oh, I know I freeze sometimes here, but swish and back. Yeah. So how, again, you handle the load of the arm away from the body. Pay attention to that. That is a responsibility that is on you. I try to give good language, hopefully, to just help you connect to yourself. That's it. Always good, responsible movement. Looks great, ladies. Good. Let's do one more here. All right, now we do the same thing on the other side. So hand, and then that ability to swing that arm is that ability to be powerful, controlled, letting go. It's kind of a weird combination, but we're dealing with this appendage that is connected to our shoulder, to our arm, to our chest. So just finding that swifter pace of whatever that means for you. Good. 2 more here. And last one here. So I'd like you to get your arms out of the way. Maybe that's behind you. You're going to go down like this, and then you're going to duck walk without going anywhere. And I would advise you not to have to look at the screen if it's cranking in your neck. This is what we're doing. So if you take those feet out, you have yourself leaning down. It makes it a little harder to lift your feet. That's the idea. That's it. Having those feet in that turnout. So it's kind of like, again, mindfully having your mind on board with this for 8 more seconds. Good. Stick with it. All right. So back on up. We're going to do a curtsy reach. Right arm up, right leg here. Okay. So when you go curtsying up. Now that shoulder may say, you know what, I don't like that. Go forward, right? So you design the piece for you of whatever works for you. Sometimes it's a test for you to say, are you willing to adjust for yourself? Good, keeping that front open. Yeah, good, let's go 2 more. All right, we come back to center. Let's see what that feels like on the other side. So left. And again, here's that timing of when you curtsy and that arm is up. There's almost that brief moment of a pause. That's it. Feeling that, pulling that arm down, right? We pull that arm down just as much as we reach it up. That's it. Good, nice and steady. Sense that rib cage inside, holding your structure. 5 seconds. I think that's 2 more. Here's 1. And here's 2. All right. So hands are just in front of you. Just a little bend in your knees. You're going to go side to side. Okay. That's slow. Can you go quicker? So the frame of you is staying pretty much centered. There's no movement side to side. It's just really trying to tap out, sticking your butt out, right? So you're handling your load, the butt, not the low back. That low back being flat, and you're down a little bit, challenges a little bit. And your reach out is your personalization of the movement. That's it. Good, ladies. Keep it going. Let's do 1 more time each. Okay, we have knee up cycles, knee up, cycle, alternate, cycle. So it's high knees, big cycle. Now we're chugging along, we're creating some good energy. And again, what's your breathing like, right? Breathing in through your nose is an ideal situation. Healthy. That's it. Good, feel those arms really reaching out, that's it. 1 more time each. All right, we go run right here. So chugging the arms, really going quick with those arms back, elbows back. Feel how your shoulders feel, right? What do those shoulders feel like? Your heels don't touch. Again, you can vary the speed, that breathe in. Really getting those arms going. Keep the arms close to your person. Think your chest is open, your body's receiving this real nicely. All right, so we have a heel strike. So the right leg heel strikes, the right arm comes out. We're gonna switch that, okay? Heel strike and back, heel strike and back. Here and here. So I think this can be done a little quicker because we're not really displacing ourselves a lot. So being aware of your knees, how that timing is with the hand and the heel. That's it, feel that heel hitting. Heel strike is just what it says, striking your heel. That's it. Good, getting some good breaths in. Doesn't have to be full, but bringing your awareness to that. Good, 1 more time each. Okay, we're gonna go half jacks, alternating, right? So half jack is this here. It's not a full jumping jack, but it's a half. We're always staying on the ground. How wide you step. Again, feeling those arms, that little whoosh. That's it. Tall when you come back to the middle. Good. 5 seconds. Let's do 1 more time on the right. All right, now we're gonna do a balance here. So a balance on the right leg and uppercutting here. Halfway through, we're gonna change. Uppercut means you're scooping up here, right? Scoop wherever that foot can be. Make your chest and torso and trunk move. Don't keep it steady. It is not just your arms. It's the attachments. They matter. All right, good. Switch sides with the leg, same uppercut, right? Good. Make your body have to respond to this movement around with the trunk. That's it. Good. Just doing your best. All right, good. All right, so now you're going to step out to 2 o'clock. Arms go through, back, same thing to the other side. Arms go through. So we do a 10 and 2 o'clock here. That just means out on an angle. Now, if you get the exercise right, you get it. Okay, got it. You don't always have to look at the screen, especially when we go down. right? You don't need to follow. You get that in your body and you feed that. You can do it. Good. One more time each. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Okay, so now we're going to go same side. I want you to touch your shin, okay? So hand touch. Think of this, abdominals, boom, right there, right? Little crunch, crunch. And if they're working the abdominals, what's going on with your spine, your spinal muscles, right? We want to keep those healthy all around. So what that momentum is to lift the leg, how you hinge on yourself. One more here. All right, we're going to switch that. So again, what's that pattern on this side? Again, load your body by leaning it back a little bit. Yep. Everybody's got their left arm out nicely too, that one that we're not using. Good, let the whole body be part of the show here. Doing great. We're getting close to being done. Good, feed into that pattern. Two more here. All right, so now I want you to take your hand, your legs wide. And what you're doing is you're just kind of, I don't know what this is called, kind of just shuffling out all the way over here and then back to the center, all the way over here. Not like you're just, there's a deck of cards there and you're just splattering those cards all around. This is what the dealers do in the casino. They just throw those cards. Good, feeling that usage of your arms, multitasking. Really pushing those arms out at the elbows, push out. Good. Keeping that back nice and flat. Keep going, 5 seconds. Okay, so we go from here. You're going to start by touching the floor, coming up, tapping, touch the floor. I think I just froze here, guys. Reach up, tap the floor. So it's big, and then it's down here, right? Big movement requires good butt muscles, good effort in through that space. Yep, one more here. We're going to switch sides here. So we're going to touch, reach with the right. Again, butt is out there, butt is back there. Stick your butt out. Good wide stance here. Good, one more. All right, narrow, 9 to 3. This is the last piece. 9 o'clock to 3, 9 and 3, 10 and 2. Down, 9 and 3. So you just want to be narrow in the transition. You come back narrow, out you go, up narrow, and out. Extending those arms all the way. Good, looks great. Down. Up you go. And extend on out. Good. I think we have time for one more 9 to 3, one more 9 to 3, one more 10 to 2. Boom. Relax there. Stick with me for another 90 seconds here. So nice and soft in these turns here. Think you're upright. You're nice and lifted. You just did really good quick movement for yourself. Breathing on in. And then come back to center and just think of very lightly as not even swimming strokes. You're just doing reach outs and you're shifting side to side. So we're providing the good environment for our body to come back to its best normal. Now go the other way with the reaches out. Again, don't make this just be in your arms, right? Think of in your rib cage too. All right, let the arms relax. The legs are not too far apart. I want you to high knee lift and down. Slow. Gives your butt, the other leg that doesn't move, a chance to squeeze. So if you can feel, can you squeeze in there? Almost like you're squeezing the leg. And then we add in some balance there. One more. Okay, so we're going to switch that same thing on the other side. Openness, breathing through your nose. So these responses to movement, exercise, the body responds by elevating things. One more. All right, that'll do it. Good stuff. Okay, so grab a drink. I need to do a couple of things. I turn my heat off. And we're gonna grab one of your weights next. So one of your weights. I didn't grab any of my stuff. There we go. And I need to take my socks off. All right. So we're going to start with the weight in your right hand. And the feet are as such. So the right leg is just going to stay straight. The left foot goes out. It's out. The left leg goes out. Your heel is off. And that's all it is. Heel is off. There's a little bit of weight on there, but most of the weight's on the right leg here. So I want you to go from here. When you reach your arm up, the left arm is just coming up to go parallel to the floor. And just stop here. Let your brain take a picture and then go back, right? So the legs are not moving. You're leaning. You're taking that lever of your left arm to reach. Yep, good. Think you're feeling in the space in the lower, not in the lower, but in the abdominal area. Breathing into that. That's it. Good. Two more. So that inhale fills in the spaces. The exhale, come down, you carry. One more here. Good. And then back. Okay, I want you to just hold on to this weight. Put this foot down, but that foot is facing to your left. You want to have enough space in between your legs. And when you bend your knees, there's not any weird things happening. We're going to take this weight. You're reaching it on the inside of your left leg. And then you're what we call a row up. You're just rowing up. Open that chest. So you're staying pretty close, noticing the arm in the back, that left arm, that it's just kind of out of the way. You want to create space for this movement. How you're lifting yourself up with the power of your legs and your hips. The back is flat. Good. One more. Okay, if we cap this hand here and we just hold on to this weight, we're going to take the left leg, and I want you to try to do a really good reaching. I would say it would be a curtsy, but it's really more of a reach, and then pull that foot back. So you're just trying to reach with the toes, and that there's kind of a pause so that, okay, here I am, and how you come back, because that transition is really important in just continuing to refine your movement, that there's not a rush back. One more. Yeah, good. Now I want you to stay right here as we were. We're going to chop this weight over your left shoulder. So from here, left shoulder, leg straight, bend your knees. So again, here's a great example. You're using your legs to pump you up and back, right? The power of your legs, your hips, your butt, the platform of your feet. Good. One more. Good. Okay, so let's switch hands. We're in our left hand. We're going to take our right foot out, so your heel is off. All right, so we're down here. When we lift this up, we're going to take the right arm. There's a picture. Just pause for that picture. Great. And then back on down. So you can feel the timing. You can feel the load that you're handling. And you're always paying attention to anything that comes up for yourself. That's super important. Good. Yep. Appreciating the space right in through here, kind of right all in through there. Good support, good insulation. One more. And just the breathing. Good. Last one coming up. And back. Great. Okay, so now we're going to land that foot down. Again, make sure your knees are bendy and nothing comes up. So we're going to reach with this hand on the inside of your right foot, and you're going to row it on up. Row and then back. Getting that right arm just out of the way. Feet stay flat. Be with that movement, that it's not the whole journey is the idea, not from point A to point B. Good. One more. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little different thing here. I do want you to hold on here. This foot, how it's facing, I want you to keep it that way and try to reach it forward. So the foot is facing to the right. You're going to try to keep that foot that way while you hold on to a weight. It goes straight out in front of you. Good. 2 more. Yep, last one here. All right, so keep that there. We're going from here, and you're going over your right shoulder and then back. And again, lift. Just noticing your feet, that they're in 2 different places, right? But their toes are relaxed. 2 more. Yeah, last one coming up. Good. All right, so we're going to still be with this weight. We're just going to hold on to the ends here. And we're going to take your feet, you're going to take your feet into a V, which means your heels are together. And you're just looking down, and that forms a V. So again, here we go. When you do this little plie, make sure your knees are okay here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do, I guess this would be called a plie. That back is nice and flat. Stick your butt out and then back up. So just explore. Well, where can you go? If you can go here, well then, hey, how about here? Right? So that is completely personal, depending on lots of things. But that back staying flat, pushing up with the legs, not trying to pull up with your upper body or your back or your mind saying, okay, get up. Good, 1 more. Good. Okay, so now just hold the weight in your right hand. You're going to turn your feet in pigeon toe. Now the toes don't need to connect here. However, you can hold on to this weight. We're not going to do anything with the weight. We're going to take the left arm and you're going circling back, right? So we have pigeon toe, holding on to a weight. Now we're circling. None of it makes real logical sense, but that's the idea. Good. Find play in this. Good. 1 more. Okay, so we're still in this position, but now we're going to act on this. As you hold on to this, pick a spot in front, touch that other end of the weight down, and then just back on up you go. Kind of like you're just having a little touchdown. You're not putting the weight down. Contact and back. So with our legs like this at our hips, our hip muscles are seeing these squats in a different line. 1 more. All right, stick with me in pigeon if it's okay with you. Take this in the other hand, hang on to that. Soften your knees a little bit, and we're going to take the right arm and we're going to circle back. So sense what your ankles feel like as you're doing this. Your brain may or may not like it. 1 more. All right, so we're going to relax that. We're going to take this weight, same thing. We're going to reach down in front, touch, push up with your legs. Try to feel that sensation of pushing with your legs, connecting into your butt, and then you're up, right? Rather than pulling up through your back muscles. 1 more. Good. Now we can just put this in front of us. We're going to use it in a second. But what I want to do with your feet, since we were just in pigeon and then we were in, so I want you to do this. So lift up my feet. You're going to do this. Can you do this? Can you go here to here? So you're basically spinning on your heels, right? So it's spin. Now what happens is over time, the feet are going to get away from each other. Just bring them on back closer. And you can kind of vary the speed, maybe a little bend in your knees. Okay, now leave your right leg as it is. I want you to just go up on the heel of the left leg and then just lift the toes. You don't need to change your body. So heel, push down through the ball of the foot, lift. So spend time in this right here. Spend a moment. There's pressure in there. And then coming back, feeling that, curling your toes up. Basic foot motion. 1 more. Yep. And then we're going to still stay with this. I want you to take your foot flat in front, and then can you roll it out? I know you may not be able to see, but your sole of your foot is facing that way. Roll it, and then just go back to flat, and then roll it. So that left knee will be bent a little bit. Perhaps you're leaning your body forward a little bit, but rolling it out. I think there's ligaments on the outside of your ankle. Just kind of getting into that space. One more. And then asking for a balance here, circle your foot around as you balance. So the foot is off the ground, circle, switch that direction. And then shake that leg out. All right, that foot is done. We're going to go to this foot. So I want you to go up on the, really pressing in, really lifting the heel up. And then as you come back, not only the toes, but the whole foot lifts. So it's here, body is upright otherwise. How you're really trying to work your foot. Some feet are like, I don't know about this. Give them a little foot love. Good, let's go 2 more. So each of these is a pair. And 1 more coming up. So up onto the heel and back. Good. All right, now we're going to bring that foot in front so that foot is straight. Now if you roll, so the sole of your foot is facing to the left, and then just go back to flat foot. So we're rolling, we're stretching that space. And all these tissues are connected, right? Which is a wonderful thing, but we do need to allow them to have some space. Compression matters, but also space. We're going to go 1 more here. Last one coming up. Okay, and then we're going to balance, and can you circle that right foot around and switch that direction? Good. All right, shake that leg out. Okay, so I'm going to grab a drink. Maybe you want to. We're going to continue with 2 weights. I need to let Kitty in because he's a nut. All right, 2 weights. All right, so I want you to have the weights up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to let the weights come down, but we're going to gently, lightly kick your right leg forward, okay? So it looks like this. When the weights come down, you're going to gently kick it. And again, there's a timing, right? So it's not even really a kick. It's an extending that leg forward and back. So getting your idea of how do you balance, real good strength in your trunk, right? Around your core, middle of you, center of gravity. 2 more. Okay, now the challenge to that is when you do this, can you stay out there with the leg and do 5 curls? If you can't, just put the foot down. Okay, wherever you can be, because the hip might start barking. 1 more. Now the transition to this is to take that leg forward. So now we're in a split stance. When you do a hammer curl here, I want you to come off the back heel off, and then return. Now I call it a hammer curl, but we're also adding a little tricep in there when you extend that arm back, right? So extend that arm back to a straight, and you're going to hit the back of your arm. That's it. Good, 2 more. Okay, and now both the weights are here. Come off your back heel. This is the last piece here. Go down, turn the weights. Palms will face this way. 5 of these, return the weights to face each other. So a lunge, pushing up. Yep, I think we need that solid ground to get that push into. 2 more. Good, last one coming up. Good, okay, great. Just stepping your legs together. I want you to just relax your hands by rotating here. It's not really relaxing your hands, it's just kind of rotating. All right, so now we're going to do that same thing. I think we lifted that leg. We're going to lift the other leg. We're going to do a hammer curl, though, at the same time, okay? So you're going to do a hammer curl in here, right? So this is a little different. We're doing it different timing. So you need to balance yourself differently. Depend on that right butt cheek to be strong. 2 more. All right, now, can you go out there where you just were, stay here, and do 5 hammer curls with the leg? If you can't, just put the leg to wherever it can be. It can rest. Palms are just facing each other. Count your 5. I'm on about 8. So let's put that down. And so we're going to do something different here. The feet are staying. You're going to touch the weights. So the weights are touching. And you're going to kind of in a quicker way come up. These do not have to be far away from your body. And then back down to meet. Feet are flat on this. But again, there's a little burst of your low body. And burst up. Good. 2 more. There's 1. Yeah, last one. And 2. Okay, and then the last one is we're going to lift that back heel, but we're doing bicep curls, but I want you to reach back to forward. So reach those arms back. So swinging them back, then you really further back than you need to. Good. 2 more. Yeah, last one. Great. All right, let's put these guys down. And we're going to grab our stick as our next feature. So Kim's got a cane. That's good. I know whose cane that is. All right, so we're going to go wide here. So wide with your hands here. And take your left leg back behind you. So we would probably call that a split stance here. And I want you to not move your feet, but I want you to rotate to your left as much as you can. Your eyes are going as well. And then slowly coming back. So think this is lots of muscles involved. Same thing again. The stick is connecting both sides of your body. And I think because it does that, it provides kind of a power line to maybe a greater range of movement and a safer range of movement. So there's a lot of effect in through the left butt cheek. Yep. We're going to go 1 more like that. 1 more. So if you think about what we were just doing, we were squeezing in there. Now what I want you to do is take your left hand up. So your left hand is up. We're going in a diagonal that way. And you're lifting your left heel off. So the place we were just squeezing in over here, we're now opening up a little bit. If you just think about that pairing. So that's a reach. And if it's opening up and it's stretching, you want to give it space to yawn. That's it. Good. So sensing into that, what I'm trying to describe. Yep. 1 more. And then my feet aren't far away enough. So I would say make your space a little bit bigger if it isn't. And we're just going to do a little water wheel here. Allow your back heel to come off. Nice and light with this, how you're directing the left arm, scooping, how you're using the tool in your hands. And that right hand, that's not doing anything really. It's just holding on. Keep going. I'm going to let Kitty out. Go 2 more revolutions like that. And then when you finish that, we're going to come back to here and we're going both palms down and we're going to split the stance this way. All right, now for this, the feet are not moving. You're holding on tall and you're going to take a rotation. So where is it that you can rotate to? Right? Your eyes are following your body. If your eyes and your belly button were doing the same thing, just nice and slow, appreciate the connection of the stick. Appreciate just your brain saying rotate, and then it happens. Fascinating. So we're squeezing in that space there. We're adding strength lines in a different way. And we're going to go 1 more from where you are. 1 more. Good. Okay, now we're going to take the right hand is up. So that space that we were just squeezing into, we're going to now stretch. We're going over and across and reaching the right heel up. and then back. And again, if you can direct that breath as an inhale, that'll be a good thing into the tissues. So I say it's tissues, but we're connected. Our bones are connected by tissues, right? Movement happens through the muscles and the bones and the direction of the brain. So we're always involving and appreciating the brain. Good. Let's go one more. Then again, if you feel like you're not long enough here, we're going to do a scooping this way. So your back heel comes off. Again, how you're down, you're scooping, just how you're using that tool in your hands. Good, 2 more. Yep. And last. Okay, and then before we retire our stick, just palms are here, they're down here. And I want you to, without moving your feet, your knees are soft, you're just going here to here. So you're not even moving your head, but definitely keeping those knees bent, more than soft, bent. Think you're vibrating your energy through your feet into the ground, and then same thing opposite way, yeah. Okay, and then the last thing here is I do want your feet to come off. You're gonna sway the stick, really just holding on with your fingertips. You don't need much more than that. So the big open expression of you and the side of you. Good, one more time each. Good, all right, we're gonna put this down. We will just remain with ourselves. And we're going to go to a pretty wide stance here, pretty wide. And because what I want you to do with your right hand is, think this is all covered with finger paint. The right hand, you're going to reach across and we're going to just slather that paint around. You'll pull it back in and then you're going to slather again. Really just reaching that arm, trying to stay on the flat surface. How you reach means you got to be really well connected to yourself, right through the butt. Again, think of a fishing pole. You're holding onto the handle and you're extending that pole, but if you let go of the handle, bye-bye. Don't let go of your handle. Good, one more. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with the left. So the palm is down, how you reach and how you really super reach out. Test yourself, expand what you think you can reach and make yourself stick out through your butt even more. You'll get better in the hip hinge. You'll get more confident. There'll be clearer messages. Great. 2 more here. That's it. Yeah, good. Really feeling that hand reaching out. Last one. Good. So we're going to march our knees back to closer, which just means here, and you're just getting gradually coming closer. And then when you're close here, we're just going to march and letting those arms go according to what makes sense, right? Just a nice easefulness. Okay, let the marching stop here. We're going to take your hands back. You're hinging in your hips, which means you're just reaching here. And then a short little trip to here. So that is an opening up through your chest, exhaling as you go back. We've got 3 more there. That is an inhale. Nice solid in through here. Good. One more. And when we go on this one more, we stay here to here. And then we go down for our roll down. Excellent. Good stuff as always, ladies. I'm going to stop that recording.